Are you folks ready to do this thing on a Tuesday? Corey Johnson back at you. Got a good one lined up for you. But first, Mr. Drew Brees. Drew Brees is smart. He was in the dome. It was the pregame thing. He said, this is New Orleans. See? Better than saying San Diego, where he lives right now, Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X. We're politically correct on this program, by golly. Got a good one lined up. As expected, Governor Jeff Landry, essentially his hand-picked successor for the LSU president's gig, the McNeese state president. You know what sucks about this job? I'm critical of this hiring. So automatically folks think I'm busting on Wade Roos, the president of McNeese. The guy's got multiple degrees. I'm sure he's educated. Obviously, he ran McNeese, seemed to do a good job there. Nice guy. It's like I'm ripping on this guy. I'm not ripping on this guy. I'm ripping on the bigger picture. LSU, the flagship university, a major player, going to Little McNeese State, and their president becomes the LSU president. Me no comprende, Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx.
Yeah, not to change the topic, but that's exactly what Schmidt was saying yesterday talking about Dumars. He wasn't hating on Dumars, NBA legend, right? Bad boy Pistons, but the process to hire him was a bad one.
There wasn't any process.
Exactly, there was none.
No candidates, nothing.
Yes.
Now, this thing, the fix was in from day one. Jeff Landry wanted his boy from McNeese, and he got his boy from McNeese. From Lake Charles, Wade Rouse. This is what's crazy. James Dalton, who was a finalist for the gig, he's going to be the vice president of the LSU system and the chancellor in Baton Rouge. So he's going to run the LSU school, and Wade Rouse, I guess, is going to overlook LSU, LSUE, LSUS, UNO, everything under the LSU system. Again, me no comprende, Mario Brothers. That's Spanish for I don't understand.
So just for the layman, the president has more power than the chancellor, because that's kind of confusing sometimes, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's oversees the system.
Gotcha.
LSU's under it, Shreveport, LSUE, UNO, they're all under the LSU system. So that Roos runs those schools. But they could have chancellors, presidents underneath that run the school itself. He runs the whole system.
Got you.
Anyway, it was a 12-1 board vote. I got to get Laurie Lipsy Aronson on the show. She's the only one that voted against the hire. The only non-yes man. I guess she's a woman, so that would make her a non-yes man. Piper Hutchinson's going to join us in the 5 o'clock power hour. She covers LSU and the Capitol and all that, the Illuminator. I think she's been with the Advocate. She's going to join us in the 5 o'clock power hour. Also going to try to get Tyler Bridges on if he's available in the 5 o'clock power hour. Keep your fingers crossed for that. Hey, coming up in about 10 minutes, live in studio, Kelly Rivetto. Rivetto. That's what I call her. Mario Brothers, I met Kelly at stackedcoaching.com, the gym, and she just plows through it. And one of those women that kicks my butt and takes names. I don't even try to keep up. It's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, she wasn't Kelly. I was like, this girl's an animal. She's just kicking my butt. It's not Kelly. She's Rivetto. I got to just call her by her last name. Anyway, she's a cancer survivor, and it's really an inspirational story. Meg Farris at Channel 4, also a member of StackedCoaching.com. Bradley Schneller joins us every Thursday talking fitness and nutrition. He's an expert. StackedCoaching.com. It's a little mini commercial in there, Kelly. Anyway, Meg Farris did a great piece. You can go to Channel 4 and check it out. Really good stuff. She started Refem. What's the website on that, Kelly? Join Refem, all one word. So join JoinRefemme. REFEMME. Refem is I guess a registry to help women with cancer get information and help and stuff like that. Support, right? We'll find out a lot more. Kelly Rivetto is going to join us in studio. in like 8 minutes. Hey, Mario Brothers, wow, the Saints getting rid of some talent. I mean, they don't have too many players. I talk about star players, and it equals wins. You can count the star players, and that's the win total you're going to get basically for the year. The good teams have 10, 12, 14 star players. The Saints have 4. Saints have like 3 or 4. 2 of them are gone, huh? Wouldn't you say Rashid Shaheed and Trevor Penning? He was a former first-round pick, hadn't lived up to the hype, but still a starter type.
Yeah.
They're both gone.
Penning's at least starter quality, like you said. He's gone. Shaheed is one of the few people I think fans were excited about on this team going forward. That's why some of them are hurting. But given the state the team is in, kind of had to do it. And at the end of the day, Rashid Shaheed was an undrafted free agent, and you at least got back multiple draft picks for him. So not a total disaster, in my opinion.
We'll find out the specifics from Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx, our in-house sports expert. Is the trade deadline done? Was it like 3 o'clock today or something?
Yeah, it was at 3 o'clock. Yeah.
So it's history.
Yeah, the Penning one was like at the last possible second.
No Kamara or any rumors of Kamara, any of that? Or
no, there were reports earlier that a lot of teams were interested, but he and the Saints had an agreement that they were not going to trade him, at least not right now. So Kamara stays, Olave stays. I thought Demario Davis would attract a lot of interest from a lot of teams.
Yeah. Well, 36, as Jim Finks would say, long in the tooth, but a team that plug and play.
Exactly.
Play him for just the remainder of the year, fill in a void, maybe sign him back, maybe not.
A team trying to win the championship this year, I thought might sacrifice some long-term assets for him.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm not dogging Cam Jordan, but Demario Davis is a full-time starter still.
Exactly. 100%. That would contribute to your team and be productive.
That's Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X. Boy, it is yummy. Rivetto, have you been to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville? Yeah. How? Huh. Pat Gallagher? Yeah. You know Pat? Pat Gallagher's brother. Gotcha. Nice. Gallagher's is really good, isn't it? It's delicious. She just said it, and I couldn't say it better myself. It's delicious. There's not a bad thing on the menu. I've had a bunch of different things like bacon wrap shrimp, bacon wrap oysters with the meuniere, a little appetizer. Incredible. The gumbo is some of the best in the city. That crab meat St. Francis appetizer is off the charts good. It's a Warren LaRuth recipe. Pat Gallagher has embraced it. It's piping hot. It comes in this little ramekin. It's full of jumbo lump crab meat. I asked Pat Gallagher about the dish. He's like, the crab meat's the star of the dish. He's right. You got to get that. I love the 3-course lunch special. I might go tomorrow and get that. $24. A great house salad. It's a big house salad. 6 different dressings to choose from. They're all homemade. And then you can get either the catfish amandine, which is good, half a soft shell crab on grits. I get the shish kebab. It's sizzling in butter. Bradley freaks out at Stack Jim. He's like, dude, tell him less butter. I'm like, nope. And sizzling in butter shish kebab, little filet tips, little chunks, some green beans. Yummy. And then the ooey gooey dessert, which I'm not supposed to eat. Ice cream and a little hot brownie with some syrup. Wow. Anyway, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. You South Shore folks, I discovered this place like a year and a half ago. I've been like 15 or 20 times now. Seriously, I go all the time. It's right across the street from Trey Yen. What I like about it, if you live on the South Shore, there's no driving once you cross the causeway. You cross the bridge, like Trey Yen's immediately on your left, Gallagher's 527 immediately on your right, behind that Shell station, by the Aquista Pace Grocery. You won't regret it. Lunch Tuesday through Friday. Dinner Tuesday through Saturday night. It is incredible. I put it in my top 15 restaurants in Metro New Orleans, as good as it gets. I'm talking like I Love Clancy's, Le Petit Grocery, Irene's, Bayona, Brightson's. I love all these places. Gallagher's 527's in that category. It's fantastic. Check it out. Make the trip. It's easy. I'm going to go this week. I promise you. Later in the week, I'll be doing another live commercial about Gallagher's 527. I'll be like, I was there last night. I was there yesterday for lunch. I'm going this week. As expected, Governor Jeff Landry, essentially his hand-picked guy, McNeese president, Wade Roos. No, like I said earlier, it sucks that, Wade Roos is probably a nice guy. I don't want to bust his chops, but I just think LSU, that you scour the country, You get the best it's a coveted job for a lot of people up and coming in education. You scour the country. There are hundreds of universities and colleges, literally hundreds that you would consider someone to hire from. And then there are probably a bunch more that maybe aren't your first consideration, but that person's special. Everybody they talk to says that that person is a rising star and they're special. You better grab them before someone else does. But it was none of that. Jeff Landry had his guy picked before anything happened, and it's done. It's over with. It's politics at its worst. This is the problem. Like a lot of people, I like Jeff Landry. Let's let him do his thing. That's the deal every time. I like Edwin Edwards. Let's let him do his thing. I like LaToya Cantrell. Let her do her thing. I like that. Let them do their thing. Left, right, Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter. They shouldn't be doing their thing. Hire the best available, not your buddy or friend. Don't be on a power trip. You have to control every board in the state. It's terrible. Bunch of yes men. Yeah, like I said, I got to get Laurie Lipsy Aronson on the show. She's the only person that you could say is on the LSU board that has some integrity. A little autonomy, independence. No, she voted against the hire. 12-1 vote. Bunch of yes men, Landry's guys, and his guy's in, Wade Roos. Maybe the LSU AD job will go to the McNeese athletic director. Then LSU fans will freak.
Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Artificial turf custom golf putting green. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate. Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
90 minutes of fun.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Every weekday afternoon on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333 from 4 p.m. to 5:30.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you on a Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining us. Live in studio, Kelly Rivetto. How you doing, Kelly?
I'm good. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good to have you in studio.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah, it's usually an empty chair, guests online. I've had my dog in there and then guests, but not all the time.
Not all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So glad to see you again.
Thank you.
Hey, we met at Stack Gym.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just give you a little story about Kelly. Besides just ridiculously fit and destroys it every day, and I'm dying, and she's just like rolling through the whole routine. You kill
Not
it.
really, but
Yeah, really. And I never noticed any drop off or anything. And I do talk radio. I talk to people. I probably talk as much as anyone in that gym, basically.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of women, and they're all in shape. So I'm asking, like, I'm the new person, I guess. So hey, what do you do? What blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And then one day, just Kelly's like, yeah, I have cancer. And I'm like, wow. And I was just kind of like shocked. And I didn't notice it. Like your attitude didn't change, and you were showing up every day at the gym and still laughing at my bad jokes and stuff like that. You just didn't.
They're not bad.
You didn't miss a beat.
Thank you. Thank you. That was like extremely important though for me to continue to show up. I think when I was originally diagnosed, all this fear, it was like this onset of fear, and shock. And I knew one thing for sure, that I wasn't going to let this diagnosis define me. I talked a little bit about that with Meg, just about how I was not going to be a victim to cancer. And part of that was continuing to show up for my life, and I hope and I feel like I did and was a good example of that, not only for myself, but for, my kids and the women who are coming after me who will be diagnosed in that chair, and just have somebody to know that they can like talk to and connect with.
No, it's inspirational.
Thank
because
you.
you didn't miss a beat. And honestly, like when I get tired and I'm worn out, I think about like Cameron Gilly, who's been on the show.
Yes.
Because he ran that Ironman 100.
Mhm.
So that's like superhuman, and it's like inspiring.
Yeah.
But then I think about, I'm not going to mention full names or anything, but I think about a girl who starts with an L. And I was a few months into Stacked, and her husband, who was a fireman, passed away.
Mhm.
And I just saw her, and I've seen her for the last year and a half, just brave and working out and
Mhm.
heroic, like,
Yeah.
and getting better all the time, like
Mhm.
assimilating and all this. And then another girl whose name starts with an S, her son has leukemia,
Yes.
and he's beaten that.
Mhm.
And just these girls just showing up all the time, working out, happy-go-lucky, and I don't think it's like putting on a fake face. I think that's
Mm-mm.
how y'all are.
Yeah.
So it's pretty inspirational. And yeah, I have to say, you were pretty inspirational that you just kept going and rolling.
Mhm.
How did you keep the attitude of being, positive and not going to be a victim of this? Because I'm not just saying this. I would have balled up in the corner. You wouldn't have seen me again at the gym. I would have been depressed.
Mhm.
Why me? All this crap. That would have taken months and months and months of me doing that before maybe I'd move on to whatever the next step is of grief
Yeah.
or depression. Seems like you just bypassed the whole grief and depression thing. Or if you did it secretly, you did it quickly.
Well, I'm still grieving. Grief is a huge part of diagnosis. And you would ask, how did you have that mindset? And I think a lot of it is one through prayer. I am a woman of faith and rely heavily on a power greater than myself. And then also being a mother, I have 2 children that are watching me. They're watching me. And
Yeah.
so that was a real
Bigger than you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And so that was a really big deal. But I did not experience. I experienced depression, and I experienced grief. I experienced anger and frustration and envy. Like I was so jealous of, here I am, this strong woman in the gym, like something as simple as being in the gym, and the girls that I used to be a little bit stronger than are now they're getting stronger than me. So there were all these things that like were happening, right? And I mean, it was, I think back to the journey I was on, and it was filled with so much emotion, so much emotion. But I'm just so grateful that I was able to show up. And I think too, something that kept me out of the grief and the depression, the grief of grieving who I was prior to this diagnosis. Like who I am today,
You're better than you were before.
I'm such a different woman altogether. And I'm not saying like the girl before the diagnosis is lost, but it has transformed me into a woman that is just, I feel deeper. My relationships are more enriched. I'm more grateful for the simple things in life. I could just cry. And it's just been it's been such an experience. And I think that's where, this whole idea that we're going to talk about in a little bit sprung from, is that, my mom taught me very, very young to get out of myself. It's important to help other people. And that's like, to me, like a Jedi mind trick, because when I'm into myself, so I'm not much, but I'm all I think about. Truly. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, I think that's humanity. I think everyone thinks about, it's their life. So they're thinking about, what do I need to do? What do I have to, I. And the Jedi mind trick is like when I'm in self and I'm self-obsessing about my diagnosis, or, how am I going to handle surgery? How am I going to handle chemo? And that's all for me at least. And I've talked to several other women with cancer. It's all consuming. It is all you can think about. But when I am talking with another woman who's just got through, so, sharing with Shannon, who's going to come on here in a little bit. She's been my lifeline. She's a great friend of mine, and she's the nurse navigator who really navigated me through this journey. But we were just talking about a girlfriend of ours just had surgery, and I was talking with her earlier today. When I am helping another woman who is walking this journey, I am not thinking about my grief. I am not depressed. I am not angry. I'm not jealous. I am comforted. And that is the great miracle of helping others. And I think that's kept me.
No, it's like, when you're a kid, you want the Christmas gift. And when you become an adult, you enjoy giving something more than receiving. No, it's good.
Yes.
Now, what's the Jedi mind trick when there isn't someone that's going through what you went through and you can relate and talk to them? How do you're by yourself, you're with your kids, you start thinking about all that negative crap. What's the Jedi mind trick to?
It's such a great segue. So the Jedi mind trick for me was truly, it was born out of my own, like you said, I was sitting on the couch. I was frustrated. I was overwhelmed. I was exhausted. Breast cancer takes a lot from you. Cancer of any type takes a lot from you. And it took a lot from me, and it took I was exhausted. And what I discovered, it was born out of my own cancer journey, was I was inundated with so much information about what you need for your first day of chemotherapy. What do you need for your breast reconstruction, for mastectomy? I'd have family and friends. The first question out of every one of my family and friends' mouth was, how can I help you? What can I do?
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to answer that, because I'd never been diagnosed with cancer, and I didn't know what I needed until I needed
bring me a
it.
steak tonight for dinner. I got some laundry that needs to be done. Boy, the house could really use a cleaning.
Yeah, all the
I'll
things.
rattle off a list for you.
All the
Not that
things.
it applies to you, but my own list.
No, but it's the truth. And that's the thing, is that, like, for me, this was a problem for me. This was a pain point for me, because not only was I dealing with my life, my mortality, like that's what I was being faced with. Like, will this chemo work? You're showing up for these appointments. I don't know if the chemo is going to work. I'm praying that it does,
Right.
and so the only thing that got me out of that was thinking, how can I make this journey? It didn't even start off as something like a business event. It was, how can I make this journey easier for another woman who comes after me? Because I believe that there should have been
more things in place that guide you along.
Yes, a one-stop space for a woman like myself who's diagnosed with cancer to come and be able to find what they need and be able to send something out to their friends and family who want to help them, and I don't like asking for help. So I'd have all these friends and family members that would say, what can I do for you? How can I help you? And I would say, oh, I'm good. I'm fine. And then I'd get like 20 bouquets of flowers over the course of a week. I have to go buy vases for, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was so inundated with flowers, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to have to take care of flowers. I'm trying to take care of myself. So the idea of really, really coming up with something that was tangible, right? And so I created Refem, which is an online digital platform. It's designed specifically for women who are newly diagnosed or currently going through any type of cancer treatment: kidney, brain, colon, lung, breast, ovarian. And what it is it's a cancer care wellness registry. So think of a wedding or a baby registry. It's a list of curated products that are basically geared towards each component of a woman's cancer journey. The coolest part about the registry, I believe, is that these patients have, or these women have, the ability to not only curate it to their specific journey, because not everybody goes through chemo, not everybody goes through radiation. They can design it to their own journey. And the best part is they can send it to friends and family members who want to help them. Wow. And some of the products are Uber Eats gift cards and laundry service gift cards and cleaning service gift cards, you know? And I think, Corey, that was like one of the big things. So Meal Train is out there right now, right? And Meal Train is are we going on a
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Meal Train is like a thing.
On quick,
I know. I'm like, what does that mean? Yeah.
The C's 30 seconds. That's coming up.
Oh, there you go.
And then what's the helicopters 10, Mario? Or you do this?
10,
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
And then what's rap? What's 2-3 seconds?
Just like that.
There you go. The
Okay.
helicopter. Oh, you got it.
Okay. Okay.
Everyone,
So
sorry.
how many seconds now do I have? 30 seconds?
30 seconds.
Okay, cool. So Meal Train can be very rigid because when I was going through chemo, I lost my sense of taste. I wasn't hungry. And so people would be dropping off lasagnas. And I'm just like, I can't eat that.
Can't even taste it.
So the flexibility of an Uber Eats gift card, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Get
or
something that more
had a
gifts,
mastectomy, don't want to do
Smoothie
laundry.
King or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to take a quick break. Tuesday afternoon, Kelly Rivetto, cancer survivor, live in studio. Don't move. Corey Johnson with you. More to come.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency.
that was
Auto,
awesome.
home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Hey, Marigny, Bywater, Tremay, French Quarter, CBD, Warehouse District, Garden District, Irish Channel. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground, where New Orleans is heard.
Yeah, you right. Tuesday afternoon, 4:00 hour. Kelly Rivetto, cancer survivor, joining us in studio. Is that a bad title, Kelly Rivetto, cancer survivor?
No, it's a fabulous title. Yes.
Did you ring the bell?
I did. I rang the bell
Wow.
after my last chemo treatment. It was pretty special.
Now, what's the deal now? Every quarter or so you go back for a check? Every 6 months? How does it work?
So
right
I'm
now?
actually still on my journey. So I'm
so.
currently getting immunotherapy injections, and I'll get those until March of next year. And then I am on a medication for 5 years. So it's a hormone blocker.
And you're cancer free right now?
I am cancer free.
That's
Yes, I had a
incredible, huh?
complete response to chemo. Thank God.
And the chemo was like a drip?
Yes, it's an infusion. So I had to get a port placed in my chest, and they administered it through that port.
And where'd you go to the hospital for that?
Ochsner.
And how long were you there for each treatment?
So the first treatment was pretty long. The first time any woman gets chemo, they have to give you a lot of pre-drug first, and then they have to really like slow the drip because they don't know how each woman's different. So each woman will react differently to the medication. So the first time around, it was close to like 7 hours. Wow. It's a long day.
That is a long
But
day.
then after they're able to manage side effects and kind of see what happened in the course of the 3 weeks, that's my treatments were spaced out every 3 weeks. Then the remaining chemo treatments were around 4 to 5 hours.
And what were some of the immediate side effects?
Oh my God.
Oh,
First thing you lose is your sense of taste. So that was actually like, talk about being depressed. That was so depressing.
Yeah, Italian girl from New Orleans. That's
Yeah.
pretty depressing.
Irish Italian. Yes. So
Wow.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That is the weirdest thing. That's the thing about like cancer. It's like, I didn't know. Nobody told me that I'd lose my sense of taste. No one.
Is it back now?
It is back. And I think the reason
100%?
100%.
Nice.
And I think the reason why my medical oncologist, I think the reason why they don't tell you is because they don't want to put that in your head. Here are your biggest side effects.
No,
Because then you're looking for
you might even mentally come up with
Exactly.
one that doesn't even exist.
Exactly. So I lost my sense of taste. Obviously my hair, hair thinning. I cold capped. So
No one would think that for a second. Or you look no different than ever.
no, I mean, my hair was really, really thin,
Never.
extremely thin.
When you were coming to Stack, no one could see
I know,
that?
because my hair was I kept it in a back ponytail. So, but I'm so used to having my hair high.
It's thin now?
No, not anymore. But when I was going through chemo, it was extremely.
Never remember that at all.
Oh, well, thank you.
I mean, so you didn't really lose your hair like you did, but
so how I want, like my hair.
Yeah, it's a personal thing, and you're a woman, so yeah.
Nauseated, so nausea, a lot of GI issues, skin issues, bone pain. I mean, my eyes, blurriness. It literally, it's poison. So it wreaks complete havoc of your entire body, and even lung capacity. So I'm still working out with you guys, and I'm like 4 or 5 months out from my last chemo treatment, and I'm still trying, like breathing is so difficult for me. Sometimes I feel like I have like an elephant on my chest because the lung capacity has been
Yeah.
hard to come back from, but I am.
Yeah, you are definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What was the cold cap and the gloves?
Oh yeah.
What's all that
So
about? Was it feet too?
yeah. So to prevent neuropathy, which is, you know, a numbing of your hands and your feet. It's nerve damage essentially.
So I guess the cold would restrict the
Yes.
chemotherapy from going to that area.
Exactly. And so the chemo regimen that I was on, neuropathy was a huge side effect. So a way to counter that is to put these frozen mitts and booties on your feet, and during the chemo portion of the chemo treatment, you have to have them on. So I was cold capping.
Are you like shivering? You're cold?
It,
just uncomfortable.
No, it was extremely uncomfortable. In the beginning, it was freezing. I have my heating blanket. And after about 30 minutes, it numbs your head, literally like numbs out, but the hands and the feet never did. So it is very uncomfortable.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now how long were these side effects with you? The whole
way.
time?
Yeah.
Every day, all the time?
Yeah, I'm not
Every day, all the time?
not every day all the time. But
I mean, so you're at the gym working out and you're going, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "You feeling all right?" And you're like, "Yeah." You're not really feeling all right?
I'm not 100% by any means. No. Like, you know, as you do more and more chemo builds up. So by the end of my chemo treatments, I mean, I think my worst was after my last chemo treatment, because all of it comes, I mean, it was just, it's awful. There were days where I was down, like where I didn't leave the house, but
I wouldn't have left the house ever, Mario Brothers. I'd be MIA. You wouldn't see me again, you know?
I don't believe that.
I believe it. I'm telling you, it's unreal. No, and you never showed it. That's the crazy part.
Oh.
You think that helped, like the positive attitude getting through this? I mean, I would imagine a mental attitude of being positive compared to one being pissed off and resentful and negative.
Yes.
That
Positive was being
I have to
positive
think that
was
helps.
being positive was definitely helped. But I had, you know, I was negative. I mean, there were moments there where I was so angry at God.
Yeah,
I
I
was
would be
so
too.
frustrated. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of anger involved in a cancer diagnosis. You know, for me at least, and the women that I've talked to. You know, why me? Why did I get this? You know, I eat well and I don't drink and I, you know, get my sleep and all the things. And
Is it family related? Like anyone in your
my
family?
grandmother had cancer, but she
Yeah.
had postmenopausal. It wasn't something like I had
Yeah.
this invasive, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
Who was the support staff for you? Your two kids? How did they handle this?
yes, my two kids were instrumental.
How old are they?
13 and 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
So understanding exactly what you're dealing with.
Yeah,
It's not
they're
like some 6-year-old or a 7-year-old that doesn't
No.
quite grasp what cancer's about. They get it.
Yeah, they get it. They get it. And
They
then
probably know too much about it now.
they do now. They know so much. And then my cousin Stephanie, total godsend. She, you know, I lost my mom and my dad. So going
did?
going through cancer kind of alone as an quote orphan was really hard. Between Stephanie and Shannon, who's going to be coming on here and talking a little bit about you know, just our connection and how she kind of navigated or guided me through. You know, it feels very lonely. A cancer diagnosis can feel very lonely.
bet.
And it was wonderful having my cousin Stephanie there. She came in from Oxford, Mississippi for every single treatment. I owe my life to her. And I also owe it to Shannon because she was the first person that I called. And I don't want to tear up. I was so scared about this diagnosis, and
It's not, I mean, the doctor's going to tell you and the doctor's going to be nice and console you and all that. And I'm not knocking any doctors at all, trust me. But then they're gone. They got other patients. They got a bunch of appointments. They're not readily available. And they're maybe not female and, you know, someone that can relate. So she's like the first person you talk to and you're like, your head's got to be spinning all over the place.
I just like didn't under. I I was like, what am I going to do? And I'm in a profession that sells breast implants and tissue expanders and all the things for these women. And I felt like this child I was like lost in the dark, and she immediately comforted me. And she's like, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. And this is how we're going to do it. And I'm sorry.
It's all right.
She's like, so,
I just got to focus on something else. Mario Brothers, I bust people's chops on this program all the time, but I could cry like during a McDonald's commercial. So.
I'm better now. I'm
Yeah.
better now.
It's
But
okay.
no, I mean, like, that's an answer to your question, man.
Yeah.
Like, to have somebody so close to this diagnosis and she's walked so many women through it, to have that support, it was instrumental. It was
Not only like saving you in this situation, but I'm assuming was part of the impetus that got the refem. thing
Yes,
going.
I
Like,
mean,
wow, thank God for her. Does everyone have this?
yes, I
All
mean
that.
that was a huge component of it. Like,
if they have someone and she's as good as Shannon,
yes,
all of that.
exactly. Like having somebody that was like, okay, you need this or you need that, or this is what patients always say, or this, and it's like, I would keep a running list of things that I would need. And and so but what's crazy is when you're in those offices with them, the doctor or the nurse navigator, they're telling you what you need and they're giving you a folder, but you're not listening to them. Like, I can hear you, but I ain't listening to you.
No,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Come on,
And
I get the
so-
bag from the dentist with the toothpaste and the floss. Do you think I'm flossing?
No, yeah.
I mean, I am, but you know what I mean? It's just like, really?
Yeah.
And that's the dentist with nothing. Just
With
like
nothing. Yeah. They're like, you
meaningless.
may or may not die,
Right, exactly.
but here's
I'm
what
like,
you
wow,
need
I
to
got
know.
a toothpaste for the travel bag. Fantastic.
Right.
No, so they're obviously telling you everything, but no, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, it's just so,
you're in another world.
You are. And I mean, you are in another world I felt like, and just with other women I've talked to, you are in an entirely different world the whole way through. I mean, it is, Kate Middleton talked about it. She was interviewed, I think in the beginning of this year, just about the part of the journey after chemo. That was massive because so many people were like, yeah, you're done chemo. That's awesome, Kelly. And in their heads, they're like, you're done. But it's like, no, like you talk about depression. I fell into a lull of depression. You would think
Because you've still got till March for this.
Well, not
and
only
still have
that,
to do
but I had
that.
had surgery. I had surgery coming up, and then the idea of this isn't over for me. It's not over for me.
Yeah, no, not quite.
And I was excited about being done chemo. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But there is this space in between each treatment. You're pumped up on adrenaline. You get diagnosed and then you have a plan of action. Then you have all these appointments, all these MRIs, PET scan. So you're literally on adrenaline throughout like the first, I want to say 6 months of your journey. And then all of a sudden the chemo stops and it's like, okay, wait 4 weeks and then we're going to have surgery. So you're just kind of like, it's like whiplash. It's like all of a sudden, like all this stuff comes up and
the bell isn't the end.
No,
the bell's not quite.
It's not the-
When's the final bell ring?
wow. The final bell will ring.
I guess it never rings.
It never
fully.
rings, but
Yeah.
March, maybe
Yeah.
at the end of my immunotherapy
Yeah, just kind of
treatment.
keep it at bay.
Yeah.
We're coming right back. Don't move, New Orleans.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Simlawn artificial turf custom golf putting green. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole-Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Following the facts.
They've done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
Corey Johnson.
Corey Johnson with you back in studio with Kelly Rivetto, cancer survivor. Ding, ding, ding. And Shannon Vicari Brandt joins us as well.
Hi.
How are you, Shannon?
I'm well. How are you?
Nurse navigator, right?
Nurse navigator for over 20 years.
Now, what's a nurse navigator do?
Nurse navigator wears many hats. Basically, from the time a patient gets diagnosed through almost 5 years of following them, we are responsible for navigating every aspect of their treatment, surgery. It's a holistic approach. We are navigating everything for them for life with this diagnosis.
So you're just meeting this person that has cancer. You're getting their folder. You're figuring out exactly what it is. And then from experience what they're going to be thinking, what they're dealing with, most likely, all that. And you have to approach them that way, I guess. And it's going to be a little different from maybe a doctor or someone else. And doctors are great. They're needed. I'm not knocking doctors, but you're kind of the middle person that smooths it out a little bit.
So they're the surgeons. They're responsible. One is responsible for what we say, deconstructing the house, and then they're the plastic surgeons that reconstruct the house. So I get to do everything in between to prepare them for that.
What was the first thing that you said to Kelly?
Oh, I remember that phone call very vividly. I picked up the phone and she said, "Shannon, I have cancer." And I had to pause for a moment because we have been friends for over 12 years. And so I'm like, do I approach this in the friend aspect or do I need to approach this in the professional aspect? And so I decided to go professional and be like, this is what we do, Kelly. We've got this. Send me your report so that I can look at everything so that I can start making you, getting you ready for what's to come. And she said, I will never forget this. She said, Sloane's in the car with me. That's her daughter. She said, I need you to tell her that this is going to be okay because she just heard it over the speaker in the car. And she's very upset. And so it was trying to explain to her young teenage daughter that mom's going to survive this. This is something that we do every day, and that she's going to live. If she wants to be to 100, she will be there.
Wow. Pretty inspirational stuff. What were you going to say, Kelly?
Nothing. I just love it. I love her.
And when she was going through, the chemo and bad side effects, or was maybe not feeling great mentally, along with the physical stuff, how do you
every time she had treatment, I was always offering myself up. Like, hey, do you want me to come be with you? I will come stay with you in the evening. I know it's going to be a bad night. And then it was just normal things like make sure that you're keeping yourself hydrated, make sure that you're eating well. I know you're not going to have the best appetite, but it's important. Anything. It was a constant texting. It was like picking my brain every single day for a new symptom or a new problem.
And Kelly, what Shannon was doing and what you were dealing with, and then just you kind of were alluding that like there's really no assistance, on the path, along the way. That's when Refem, that idea came into play.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Crank that up, Mario.
I'm like, hey, let me.
No, you're all right. You don't.
I'm good. I don't have to like scream it.
Just kind of aim your mouth that way a little bit.
So yeah, I mean, it came through this unmet need of not knowing where to go. The information's out there, but it's extremely fragmented, right? And right now, women, and if they have a question for their nurse navigator, I mean, I'm an anomaly because of the profession that I've been in for 12 years. I mean, I've been selling in this space for 12 years. Then I get diagnosed. So having her on speed dial is not normal for just a regular cancer patient. They have to send their message through the portal and wait for it. And, what should I do? What should I get? And this is not, what should I do? Like Refem is not anywhere near medical. There are no medical products on this registry. These are all products that are needed for each part of the journey.
What you were kind of saying, like when all your friends are like, oh, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? It's like overwhelming. It's like, you don't want to put these people, oh, you go get me food. You go do this. You don't, I mean, it'd be like ridiculous almost. And then you feel like you're, invading their space and putting them out of,
exactly
out of their way and all that kind of stuff. And you're bending over backwards for you don't want all that. This is a system that allows that to happen. And then you can call the people and let them know you're on Refem and say,
well, you can send. So how Refem will work is it's a digital platform where they go, they log on, they can see all the products. So you can buy from the site. You can just go to the site and not log in. But if you wanted to send a curated registry to your friends and family, it'll allow you the functionality of either texting or emailing it. So it's nice, you can send it that way. But she was such an integral part of just the idea of the stuff that I needed. She knew what I needed from a breast reconstruction standpoint. My medical oncologist knew what I needed from a chemo standpoint. The problem is that the information's there, but it's not in one place. And it's not accessible by a survivor vetted, or, you know what I mean? Like, that's the other thing. I can go on Amazon and type in mastectomy bra and get 90 mastectomy bras and over 500 reviews. I don't want to do that. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm the type of patient that's like, just tell me what I need to do and I'll buy it.
One-stop shop.
Yeah, and that's vetted by a survivor, right?
What's the website?
It's called Join Refem is the website. So it's www.joinrefem, joinrefemme.com. And we're going to be launching towards the end of November. And you can go and join the movement by putting your email in. And once we launch, you'll get an email that lets you know we're live.
But the site, the
site's there.
Yeah, I got you. Join Refem, Femme, Femme, joinrefem.com.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Shannon?
When she came to me and said, what do you think about this? I said, this is absolutely brilliant. We need to do it. And she's made it happen. I think it's going to be a huge part of my practice, because I will be putting the sheets with the QR code in it for my patients, because I do give them a folder. And like she said earlier, you give them a lot of information when they come in. They're listening to you, but only with their eyes. They see your mouth moving. They're not hearing anything between the two ears. And when they get home, they're tired. They want to sit and read it. So this gives them a quick scan it, and it gets it to where they need to be, and it's going to be exceptional.
Shannon, thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
JoinRefem.com. JoinRefem.com. 5 o'clock powwow next. Don't move.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. Because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Yeah, you right. 5 o'clock power hour already upon us on this Tuesday afternoon. Time flying by. The glorious weather continues. Get outside and enjoy it. Because it is New Orleans. And in about 12 minutes, the sun's going to drop out of the sky. It's already fading down. And it gets dark early now, like 5:15, 5:20. Thank you, daylight savings time to standard time. We got to go back to just daylight savings time. You know, the earliest it get dark would be around 6:15, and then summertime it'd be light until about 8:30. And the sun would come up around 7 instead of 6 in the morning. We don't need the light for farmers or kids going to school or any of that. It's 2025, by golly. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, at the controls. But right now he's placing a Pakistan-India cricket wager. The wickets.
Yeah, no. Maybe later. I'm actually talking some Pelicans.
Maybe later.
Yeah. State of the Pelicans just not good, man.
Nope. Or the Saints, huh?
Yeah, and with Pelicans, we talked about, with Shammy yesterday about the lease ending in 2029.
Yep.
I think that's kind of the main concern. I've seen plenty of bad teams and bad seasons, but I'm worried now that relocation might actually be a possibility.
Well, they just got to break ground on that bad boy, and that'll solve that problem.
Yeah, I'm thinking more from the NBA's perspective, though. Like, small market team, like the lease is running out. It might be an opportunity for them to add one of these big markets without having to do an expansion team.
Yep. No, that the point, it's like, why expand? You're going to just water down the television rights. These owners are like, we want to keep our money.
Y'all broke
Don't
it
want to
down.
split it down to 2 more teams.
Exactly. If you keep the same amount of teams, it's the same value. You're not losing any money there.
Right, right. Now, you want to up the TV contract because we added 2 teams? Fantastic. But why would the television market want that? 28 teams, 30 teams, 32 teams. What do we care?
Mhm.
We're putting 1 game on at a time.
No, exactly.
It might matter if you had go down to 20 teams. That'd be fine with us. We don't care.
Yes.
Be better games. You eliminate the bottom part of the league.
Well, there's been a lot of references on Pelicans Twitter to conspiracy and the fact that the Pelicans might allegedly be doing what they did
On
in the
purpose.
movie.
Yeah, that's always the case.
in Major League. Because this is a small market team, man. You could take a season like last year, not being competitive, 2 seasons like that.
Oh, no. And it's not the Saints. The Saints will take a few years of being really bad for fans to abandon the team. Pels, they'll abandon them pretty quickly. It's almost the opposite. Like, the Pels have to be good for people to show up.
No, can you imagine if things keep going like they're going, what that stadium will look like in January?
No,
and
you're
February?
right. No, of course.
It's
You're
good-
right, Mario. It'll be empty.
It'll be a bad look for the NBA.
It's already hard to fill it when they're competitive. The little times they've been sort of competitive, hard to fill it.
No, and I remember when they came back in 2008. I was a 12-year-old at the time, very passionate, and that was a good team. I would sit in my room and watch the games in Oklahoma City and say, hey, watch out, Chris Paul, David West, Peja. And at first, nobody cared, and they were good.
Yep.
But you had 8,000 people in the stadium until they got so good that people literally had to go. That's when they started going. And unfortunately, that's kind of been the identity of the team the last 20 or so years.
No, and like I've said yesterday, they're always going to be second fiddle to the Saints. It's like the Saints organization owns the Pelicans. Yeah. It's not the Pelicans organization owns the Saints. And I get the NFL is much bigger than the NBA. But it's going to always be second fiddle. If there was a sole owner of that NBA team, that would be their baby.
Yep.
They would treat it with maximum, effort and financial, the whole 9 yards. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Got to luck into a player or a coach that does care that much and actually does have the ability to change something. Otherwise, nothing is ever going to change.
Hey, Mario, what happened? 2 Saints traded, Penning and Shaheed?
Yes, Rashid Shaheed. Yes, both.
So wide receiver done and former first-round pick Penning gone.
Yes, both starters.
Penning to the Chargers and Rashid to Seattle?
Yeah, Seattle.
That's
with,
it?
With Clint Kubiak, who was the Saints offensive coordinator last year.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
is the Seahawks offensive.
No Olave or Kamara.
Not yet. No, they're still black and gold.
And the trade deadline's passed.
And the trade deadline
So
passed
it's over.
as of this morning. Yep.
All right. That's Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx. Hey, Piper Hutchinson's going to join us in a few minutes. She's been following this story. As expected, Governor Jeff Landry essentially handpicked the new LSU president. Former McNeese State President Wade Roos. A 12-1 board vote. Only Laurie Lipsy Aronson voted against the hire. Maybe only Laura Lipsy Aronson is the only LSU board member with integrity, with a little independent streak that's going to do, what she feels is morally and ethically correct, not just be a yes man or yes woman to Governor Jeff Landry. 12-1 vote. I said this last hour. What sucks about my job, like I'm busting on Wade Roos. I'm not busting on Wade Roos. Wade Roos has been in this type of, environment, higher education for about a decade. So the majority of his life, he wasn't in this. He has multiple degrees. The guy's educated. I'm not trying to say the guy's like a loser. He was the president at McNeese State. Apparently did a fine job at McNeese State. It's the LSU job. They should have scoured the entire country. There should have been resumes from like UConn and Penn and Duke and Stanford and Georgia Tech and ACC schools, athletic and academic institutions, folks that get it, folks that see the value in this LSU job. Instead, it was a trio, and one, James Dalton from Alabama, who is the now the chancellor in Baton Rouge. This is so weird. I mean, you're applying for the big job, and somehow Louisiana's like, hey, James Dalton from Alabama, you're not going to get the big job running the entire LSU system. LSU Baton Rouge, LSU S in Shreveport, LSU E in Eunice, UNO. You're just going to run LSU in Baton Rouge. And Wade Roos is going to be the LSU systems president. So you'll work for him, but you'll be the chancellor of the Baton Rouge campus. Okay, that sounds fine. The job I'm shooting for, I'm not getting, but y'all are saying I get to run something underneath the job that I wanted. Okay. So very, very strange. I mean, he was a late addition into the final cut. What was the fix in? Piper Hutchinson, very good reporter, journalistic, background, journalistic minded, but has opinions and isn't, deaf, dumb, and blind. Now, as expected, the fix in, Jeff Landry essentially handpicked the new LSU president. Now, LSU folks don't really give a crap because they don't really care about academics. They don't really care. Academics is like an afterthought, even though it's LSU University, not LSF, Louisiana State Football. But now the athletic director's job is up for grabs. And there's talk that the McNeese State athletic director could become the LSU athletic director. Now you LSU people are pooping in your pants. Oh, wait. LSU president, I could give a crap if he comes from McNeese. LSU athletic director, what are we doing hiring an AD from McNeese? Should be hiring the AD from Alabama or Notre Dame or Stanford or Duke or come on. Hell, did Corey say Stanford and Duke? A powerhouse athletic school. Hire the Georgia AD. Hire the Florida AD. Texas, Oklahoma, sports universities. Yeah, I shouldn't say expect, but don't be shocked if the McNeese State athletic director becomes the athletic director at LSU. And then you folks will poop in your pants. It's sort of like drill, baby, drill. All these North Shore folks, Mandeville folks, Sarah Palin, drill, baby, drill. I love it. Upset the liberals, drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, do some fracking in Mandeville. Whoa, what? Not in my backyard. No drilling. I mean, these folks went from drill, baby, drill, like hyper conservatives. Let's make fun of the liberals that are anti-drilling. So we're going to drill in Mandeville. You'll mess the aquifer up. They became like hyper liberal environmentalists overnight. Just so crazy. Crazy. No, the LSU fans. Oh, Wade Roos from McNeese is president. Who cares, Corey? Why are you making a big deal about that? I don't care about academics. What? The McNeese State AD is becoming the LSU AD? That's crazy. Maybe Ed Ogeron will come back with Landry. Bring back his Cajun buddy, Ed Ogeron. No, it's sad that only when athletics are affected do Tiger people, LSU people freak out. The important thing, academics, don't care. No, all I can say is exactly like the AD. Hey, the McNeese State AD is going to become the LSU AD. I think LSU fans would freak out at that. Don't even need to know who the guy is. Just that's the could have gone anywhere around the country. That's the best you could do. LSU president. Doesn't even matter who the guy is. That's the best LSU could do. No, and it sucks because Wade Roos is educated. He was the McNeese State president. Seems like an honorable guy. He's not dumb, but he was the McNeese president. Now he's going to be the LSU systems president. It's mind-boggling. All I can say is that's the best you can do. No, Jeff Landry wants someone that is a yes man that he can fully control. He controls the board, 12-1 board vote. Only Laurie Lipsy Aronson voted against the hire. No, the fix was in, and now it's complete. Piper Hutchinson for the Illuminator is going to join us live from Baton Rouge in just a few minutes. Hopefully Tyler Bridges before the top of the hour joins us. Seeing what his schedule looks like. Hey, New Orleans, these cats have been at it since 1940. I'm talking about Young's Dry Cleaning, a New Orleans institution. Tired of your dry cleaner? Simply want to experience the best. Young'sDryCleaning.com. Walk-up locations, free pickup and delivery, manless locker locations. Experience the best. Young'sDryCleaning.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Simlawn Artificial Turf Custom Golf Putting Green. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet. Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Trey Yen in Mandeville. a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Don't forget you can catch the Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on television every weekday afternoon, 4 to 5:30 on Cox Channel 4 TV and Spectrum Channel 333 television.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Tuesday. Hey, if you're in New Orleans or Baton Rouge and you need heat or air conditioning help, think Total Maintenance. They've been at it for 40 years. They've got a sterling reputation. Fair and honest Lucas and the boys, incapable of screwing you around. About 30 trucks, 30 techs, hundreds of years of experience. And they come with a sense of urgency because they know you're inconvenienced. My air conditioning at my house right now is like on 73, heat and cold at the same time. And literally, I had heat on overnight, and in the middle of the day, the AC kicked on. So I'm running both heat and air conditioning right now, different parts of the day. If you need heat or air conditioning help in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, think Total Maintenance, tm-ac.com. As expected, Governor Jeff Landry essentially handpicked the new LSU president, former McNeese State President Wade Roos, Piper Hutchinson with the Illuminator, doing a great job on Twitter, covering this for the last few days, keeping us up to date on every single thing, including who's going in next, who's giving their presentation, what they emphasized, all of it. Piper Hutchinson joins us live from Baton Rouge. How you doing, Piper? Thanks for joining us again.
Hi, doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Is my little headline incorrect when I say, as expected, Governor Jeff Landry essentially handpicks the new LSU president?
We were certainly expecting Bruce to get the presidency.
Why was Wade Roos just the apparent favorite? If you look at just the resumes, Piper, this guy clearly was third when it comes to experience, time on the job, higher education, all of that. I mean, I think somebody in kindergarten could look at the three resumes and say, this guy has the least amount of experience. Is that fair to say?
Yes, I mean, Roos did not even meet the qualifications set out by the search committee that recommended him. So that is not a new criticism.
Wow. What were some of the qualifications that he did not meet?
The search committee said that they wanted somebody with experience running an R1 institution like LSU, and said that they wanted somebody with a serious research background who had advanced through the faculty ranks, which are assistant, associate, and full professor. Wade Roos has some experience in teaching and in research, but not the kind of background that you would traditionally find in a university president.
Yeah, and he was never a full-blown professor. He's simply a teacher. I could go to LSU and teach radio and television tomorrow. I've been asked to do that before. That doesn't make me a professor.
Right.
And I don't know how much of a research background. All I can tell is maybe about a decade in higher education, Northern Arizona, and then what, Piper, about a year and a few months, a little over a year as the McNeese president, right?
Yeah, that's right.
No, it's just kind of mind-blowing. So this R1 institution, the research background, being a professor, did not meet the criteria that the LSU Board of Supervisors, originally put out there?
Yeah, that was the criteria agreed upon by the search committee that ultimately recommended him as a finalist.
And what was their reasoning on bypassing their original requirements?
They never really directly addressed it.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. Unbelievable. It really is. Piper Hutchinson's with us with the Illuminator. Before we get backed up, before the break or something, how can folks check out everything you've been doing, Piper?
Well, you can follow my work at lailluminator.com. You can follow me on Twitter at @bypiperhutch. And I also have a free Substack called Louisiana Higher Ed Weekly that they can subscribe to, which you can find a link to on my Twitter page.
Hey, the LSU systems president is Wade Roos. Help me out on this. The three finalists for the job, one was the Alabama provost, James Dalton. He doesn't get the job he's looking for, but they give him kind of a secondary job under Roos. So Wade Roos is going to be in charge of the LSU system, LSU Baton Rouge, LSU E and Eunice, LSU F and S in Shreveport, UNO, and James Dalton will be the chancellor and second in charge of the system, and we'll be doing it from Baton Rouge and the LSU flagship campus. Is that right?
Yeah, so it's not going to be the usual president-chancellor split that, you might remember from before they combined the positions.
Yep.
Bruce will actually be in charge of athletics at LSU, and Dalton will be in charge of, the entire research enterprise, including the medical schools, Pennington, and the Ag Center.
Wow.
So it's kind of an interesting shakeup of the organizational structure.
It's kind of mind-blowing to me, like, athletics are mentioned in this, It's like it's a university. It's about the president's job, and they're already letting the public know that Dalton will be the chancellor at LSU in Baton Rouge, handling academics. But when it comes to the AD job or athletics in Baton Rouge, Wade Roos will have the final say on that. Isn't that kind of peculiar to you when it's the academic position?
It is a little bit unusual. You would think that the Baton Rouge athletics would stay with the Baton Rouge campus, and, kind of having that direct line around the chancellor kind of almost elevates the athletic director to like a quasi-chancellor status. He's being treated as differently from any other athletic director in the system and many other administrators. It's an unusual pecking order.
All right, so the guy who wins, Wade Roos, the former McNeese State president, now the LSU systems president, did not meet the qualifications that the board had originally put out there. From what I understand, Piper, you were saying on one of your posts that James Dalton was a late addition as a finalist, like really wasn't a finalist, and they inserted him towards the end. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah, he didn't even apply until after the other semifinalists had been announced, and we did not know he had any interest in the job until last Wednesday.
Is there any thinking there that maybe the fix was in all along, that Roos knew he was going to get the job, and Dalton knew Roos was going to get the job, but that Dalton would run LSU in Baton Rouge? It just seems odd. I mean, I don't know, Piper. Hey, I want the editor's job with the paper. Hey, Piper, we're giving it to Corey, but we want you to be, handle this thing over in the printing room. It just, you were trying to get the editor's job. I just see, this seems very odd to me. The Dalton coming in late and then accepting a secondary position when he was going for the primary one.
Yeah, at the press conference this afternoon, Ruth said he and Dalton started talking about pitching the split position last Friday before any of it had been decided. So there were definitely some discussions that happened behind the scenes before anybody was given the job officially. All
right, Piper, this just doesn't end. The UNO transition to the LSU system. They're having a major meeting on this tomorrow. Again, you're on top of all this. More insight, more facts, more information we did not know. This is a public meeting. It's supposed to be announced, and you were kind of saying it wasn't, right?
That's correct. Under the open meetings law, they have to give the public 24 hours notice for any public meeting, which this certainly is, unless it's like an emergency meeting, which this is not. And I noticed, that the notice had not gone up, even though I knew that the meeting was still happening. And so I questioned several people about it until they finally posted the notice at 4 p.m., significantly past the 9 a.m. deadline for posting it.
Wow.
That is certainly not good for public participation, and it's not good for the committee because that puts them at risk of having a judge nullify their actions.
Wow. And they didn't have the sense to push the meeting back to Thursday. They're going with it tomorrow.
As far as I can tell, yes, the meeting is still on.
Do you know any of the inside info possibly on that meeting? From what I can gather, they are hell-bent on naming UNO LSUNO, not New Orleans University or like Boston University or something different. It's kind of funny to me. The LSU brand is big, and it's known all around the country. The New Orleans brand is bigger. It's known all around the world. So this just seems like another power trip, another political move, maybe keeping UNO down. Like LSU gets the marketing, the LSU part, so people will think Baton Rouge, and then UNO is a stepchild to the flagship. Any thoughts?
Well, the idea that UNO should become LSU of New Orleans came from interim president Matt Lee, who, of course, is no longer in charge. So, I guess it remains to be seen if the committee and the board will go forward with that recommendation.
I think it's
probably likely that they do, but it's certainly not certain.
I think it's a Jeff Landry initiative myself. I think Lee was just going along with what the governor wanted. Any traction you're hearing? Like, this guy's a ULL grad, the governor, and not major. He's more concerned with ULL than LSU. Any of that talk you're hearing, Piper, or no?
I mean, there's always going to be chatter about the governor's involvement in the universities. Some of it certainly wasn't flattering for the governor this week.
Yep. Any final thoughts on all of this?
It's just such an interesting time at LSU and for higher ed as a whole. Now we have a president and a chancellor, but the drama's not going away anytime soon. So I hope people keep reading.
No, so well said. Piper, great stuff. Great work. Thank you so much for joining us, and keep up the work.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. That's Piper Hutchinson with the Illuminator, doing a great job keeping everybody informed with a lot of information we did not know about, like the Wade Roos isn't qualified, doesn't meet the qualifications from the board. Unbelievable.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
New Orleans talk giant Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
I'll have the entire city of New Orleans in the palm of my hand.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM. Also from Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida on 600 AM and 1560.
What do I do for dinner? What do I do for dinner? Lots of choices in Metro New Orleans. Why don't you take the quick trip across the lake? Get to Trey Yen tonight for dinner. It's not Chinese food, it's Chinese cuisine. One of the nation's best Chinese restaurants, like nationally recognized, top 50, top 25, a bunch of different sites, national sites. There are 41,000 Chinese restaurants in America, 41,000. Trey Yen's on a lot of top 25, top 50 lists in the country. It's that good. And I got a little secret for you. One of the best seafood restaurants. You like fresh local seafood? One of the best seafood restaurants in the metro area, Trey Yen in Mandeville. Obviously with a little Chinese twist, but fantastic fresh shrimp and crawfish and soft shell crabs and oysters. The speckled trout, the flounder, the Tong Cho speckled trout, the Tong Cho flounder, Trey Yen off the charts. They debone the fish. You get both fillets, head and tail intact. And then ladles of their signature Tong Cho sauce, outstanding. Tonight for dinner, Trey Yen in Mandeville. So damn good. Piper Hutchinson just joined us from the Illuminator. Hopefully before the top of the hour, we'll hook up with Tyler Bridges. Keeping my fingers crossed on that. As expected, Governor Jeff Landry essentially handpicking the new LSU president. Former McNeese State President Wade Roos is now the LSU president. And Wade Roos, when I was saying simply is not qualified, did not realize, like, no. That's your opinion, Corey, but no, factually not qualified. Like the LSU board had some prerequisites for the job. We want an R1 institution, major college university, not a minor college university guy, major college, not McNeese, but a major college. We want someone with a research background, doesn't have it. We want someone that was a full professor, moved his way up through the ranks in college, and then, was a tenured professor and became the president of the school. And I'm not knocking Wade Roos as a person. I think he's intelligent. He's highly educated, multiple degrees, seems to have had a successful career. Most of his career was like in the oil patch industry. Like for 10 years, he's been in higher education at Northern Arizona as a teacher and as an administrator, and at McNeese State as a teacher, administrator, and then eventually president. He's held that position of president for about 15 months. Now, Jeff Landry either is a genius and Wade Roos is one of the most special higher education people in the country, and we're lucky to have him at LSU. Or Wade Roos is just like a lot of educators in the country, multiple degrees, smart, and not really qualified for this gig. Not enough experience. The resume is not big enough for him to be the president of the LSU system. But that's exactly what went down. And Jeff Landry controls the LSU board, essentially. I think he's appointed 6 of the 13 members. He gets to appoint 4 more. A bunch of them are already in line with the governor, so they can get reappointed to the board by the governor. They're already yes men. Talk about pathetic. I mean, seriously, why would anyone want to be? Well, I shouldn't ask that question, because they're going to get free tickets and perks and set up friends and family with BS. That's why they want to be on the LSU Board of Supervisors. So they'll sell out their integrity, their honor, their pride, their ethics to be a yes man to the governor. Just absolutely pathetic. You people are adults. And these are successful men, mostly some women. Very successful. They're not like poor or broke. They're not the board isn't a bus driver, the lawn care guy, it's not your babysitter. It's all people that have been successful in Louisiana. Some probably legitimately, some probably, some kind of government contract, whatever. Anyway, a bunch of sellouts, apparently, except for Laurie Lipsey Aronson, a 12-1 board vote. She voted against the hire. We're going to have to get her on the show and find out why. Probably integrity, ethics, morals, honor, those kind of things. LSU, Wade Roos will run the LSU system. Now, here's the crazy part. James Dalton, the provost from the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa, he was applying for the same gig. Supposedly, he was one of the 3 finalists. Although Piper Hutchinson just informed us, not only was Wade Roos not qualified for the job, literally, like didn't meet the qualifications from the board, James Dalton wasn't a finalist. They had already come up with finalists, and then he mysteriously applies for the gig and becomes one of the 3 finalists. Now, here's the kicker. The job he's going for goes to Wade Roos. And then LSU somehow is like, hey, but you didn't get the job you wanted, but we'll make you chancellor of the flagship university and vice president of the entire system. You came in second, and we'll still hire you. And James Dalton said, fine. So, what's wrong with the gig at Alabama? Seems like a lateral move. You're provost, second in charge at Alabama. Now you're going to LSU, provost, second in charge there. I don't get it. Unless Nick Saban's the next football coach, I don't get the James Dalton hire. And even if Nick Saban is the next football coach, James Dalton is on the academic side, not athletics, and literally not on it. Like today, it's typical LSU. They had to make sure everyone knew the athletic standpoint of this. It's an education hire, and they're worrying about athletics. Wade Roos, who will run the LSU system, James Dalton will run LSU in Baton Rouge. James Dalton will not have any say on the AD. That'll be Wade Roos, the system president. Talk about micromanagement. And it goes higher than that. It's Jeff Landry's boy. That's what this is. Jeff Landry is a control freak. He controls the LSU board, a bunch of yes men. He wants the McNeese State president to be the president of LSU. His wish is granted. It's just mind-blowing. And Piper Hutchinson, great work. This guy doesn't even meet the requirements. You're applying for a job. Well, okay, let's see. Oh, wow, you got to have a PhD. I'm only have an undergraduate. Oh, wow, you have to have 10 years of experience in this industry. I don't have that. Oh, wow, you have to be. He doesn't qualify. He doesn't come from an R1 institution. He doesn't have a research background, and he's never been a full professor. Those were prerequisites for the job. And the LSU Board of Supervisors said, the governor wants this guy. Let's throw out or blow off those prerequisites. Wade Roos, I said, wasn't qualified, in my opinion, by his resume. And apparently he's factually not qualified for the job by the prerequisites the LSU Board of Supervisors put into play. Mind-blowing. And then James Dalton wasn't a finalist, then all of a sudden emerges, like applies for the job late and becomes a finalist. This is the best Jeff Landry can do for LSU. As a graduate class of 91, it's embarrassing. Should have been a nationwide search, a true independent nationwide search by an independent out-of-state group. The best people available. Like when you're trying to get a new football coach, you go nationwide, you get an independent group to come up with an independent group of finalists, not the governor's buddy. So the fix was in on the LSU president. Just sad. Wade Roos gets the job. James Dalton, also vying for the job, is going to run Baton Rouge, but didn't get the job he wanted. Just the total fix is in. This is embarrassing. Pretty pathetic. Pretty pathetic. 766-9480. 766-9480. Great work by Piper Hutchinson. You can check her out on X, on Twitter, keeping us up to date on this and filling us in on info that we did not know. Like Roos was not qualified, like Dalton wasn't a finalist, like tomorrow, UNO going to the LSU system, a major meeting with the LSU Board of Supervisors. It's supposed to be publicly announced. Only when Piper Hutchinson said, guys, by law, it's supposed to be publicly announced. They announced it at 4 p.m. this afternoon. By law, it's supposed to be announced no later than 9 a.m. this morning, and ideally a few days in advance. It's a public meeting so the public can attend. Now, again, it's the governor's agenda trying to sneak this crap in under the radar. Yeah, I love you folks that the media sucks. The media has an agenda. Media. It's like saying all lawyers suck, all insurance agents sucks, all doctors are crooks. Until you need a lawyer, insurance agent, or a doctor. No, Piper Hutchinson doing a great job as a media member, as a journalist. And unlike you flaky LSU fans, she doesn't give a crap about the football team or the AD or any of this. She's just doing a journalistic job and doing a great job. Enlightening us on stuff we did not know, like a meeting that's private that's supposed to be public, that Roos didn't qualify for the job by the terms that the LSU Board of Supervisors originally threw out there. Really mind-blowing. That James Dalton wasn't a finalist, that applied late and all of a sudden becomes a finalist. No, the fix was in. The fix was in. Hey, if you're looking for a great job, a career, there are people that have been here for decades and decades. I'm talking about Latrim, the global manufacturing giant, born, bred, based out of New Orleans, privately owned. About 1,400 plus employees on their 100 plus acre campus in Elmwood. 100 acres, all Latrim, Interlocks, La Paire Stair. They've got a few hundred employees on the North Shore, the I-12 corridor. That means you North Shore folks don't have to make the commute across the lake. And you East Bankers and West Bankers, Latrim's Elmwood facility, conveniently located right under the UEP Long Bridge, literally. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. Latrim.com, Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M, Latrim.com. Hey, thanks for checking us out every day. Weekdays, 4 to 6, 2 big hours on radio. This originally talk radio program. Then we put it on television, dropped a camera in the radio booth. Live on TV, Cox Channel 4, Spectrum Channel 333, all over the state. Now, the social media gimmick. We're on YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Click to subscribe. Doesn't cost a dime. We're live right now on YouTube. We're live right now on X, on Twitter. Follow me at Corey Johnson on Twitter. Check out the program live every day on radio, on television, on YouTube, on Twitter. Yeah, you right. The Neutral Ground with me. More of the 5 o'clock powwow next.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
This is a hell of a lot easier than when I delivered pizza in New Orleans. What the hell? We're all just blocking the street. We're all just blocking the street. Come on, I gotta deliver this pizza. We're all just blocking the street. Screw it. We won't stop blocking the street. Yeah, stop blocking the street.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson.
That was a good Simpsons there. The dog's trying to deliver pizza in the French Quarter, and there's a second line going by. It's just like, no way to cross the street. So true. Any excuse for a party. Mario, we're fantastic. You know, the Friday 5 o'clock till Monday 8:59 a.m. Just the Monday through Friday 9 to 5. We struggle with that a little bit in New Orleans.
A lot of it, yeah.
Yep. Mario, the Saints traded away a couple of starters. Look, I've said this a few times, and I think it's right. I don't know if you believe in this philosophy or not, but generally speaking, you can count the star players that are like Pro Bowlers, all pros, start on any team, on any NFL team. Count the number of star players they have, and that's how many wins they're going to have. And the good teams have like a dozen or more.
Yeah.
And the bad teams have just a handful. And the Saints maybe have 3, 4, 5 tops. And I would say Shaheed, Kamara, the other wide receiver,
Olave,
Trevor Penning, even though he struggled, he's a former first-round pick. There are not many of these. Shaheed traded Seattle, Penning to the Chargers.
Yeah, exactly. You might have 3 or 4 at most, and you need at least 11 to field an offense or a defense, and neither side of the ball is very competitive right now. So,
No.
yeah, if you're expecting at least a few trades, people are going to nitpick it, but the Saints being in the position that they're in are going to have to, make some moves like this.
I mean, think about if you're a 12, 13, 14 win team. You got about 6 good players on offense. You got about 6 on D that are great.
That's a good way to put it. And some have enough to, have a decent offense, but then their defense is terrible.
Yep.
They're like flirting with 500. That's why the Saints are a 1-18.
I'm telling you, Mario, when the season's over and these records are done, click on the rosters and see, injured players don't count. Like the Bengals don't have Burrow. So he doesn't count as a star for Cincinnati. He's not playing. Count the wins and then count the star players.
Yes.
And it almost lines up perfectly every year with every team.
And to your point, the Saints have actually had a little better injury luck this year, just in terms of their starters being available. They have been. They're just not very good. Same with the Pelicans. Like, we blamed the injuries for years and years, but they're almost fully healthy before the Zion news today. But
what was the Zion news today?
Oh, he's got a strained hamstring. He'll be reevaluated in a week.
Wow. In a week.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's year friggin' 7.
It's so bad.
No, it's so bad.
You could pull up that tweet and it could be from any of the last 7 years.
No, this is the deal with Zion. And there's the only way to look at it. There's no other way to look at it. He's not tradable when he's injured. You get him back healthy, you play him a bunch, and you hope, he plays for about a month to 6 weeks and just kicks butt and takes name. I mean, ideally, I know this is ridiculous. Ideally, you get him playing so well, he's like the NBA player of the month.
Yeah.
And then you trade him immediately. He has to be healthy, and another team has to see what he's done. And then you need a team that's a little wacky, that's got a good core. And they're like, here's our 3rd guy or our 4th guy. He's the thing that could put us over the top. And the coach and the GM are on the same page, and they, you get like a starter and a 1st-round pick for Zion, something like that, and you call it a day. It's year 7, Mario.
Yeah,
you can
get someone to maybe get infatuated with the talent, but as Schmidt brought up yesterday, all the off-court stuff's a concern too, man.
Oh, of course. That's why you're not getting an Anthony Davis trade. You're not getting 3 or 4 number 1s or something.
Exactly. And there's stuff that's documented, that's come out. Young women have been arrested for, going to Zion's house, and there's stuff that has not come out that the organization knows about, that other organizations know about.
He's fit right now. He's still getting injured. He's chunky most of the time, getting injured. So no, you get him healthy and you trade him immediately while he's healthy. And what sucks about that, you want to know when you trade him, Mario? When local fans are going, wow, look at Zion. Finally has arrived. Finally not injuries free. Boy, he's averaging a double-double. He's really unstoppable. That's when you trade him.
Yes.
That's when you trade him.
In a best case scenario. Number 1, hopefully he can stay healthy that long.
I don't even know if this can happen.
Yeah.
No, he's never done it yet in 7 friggin' years.
And like I said, I think his kind of reputation on court and off is so bad that there still might be some teams that's
I mean, I think like Herschel Walker, Minnesota Vikings trade, where they're just like, Mike Ditka, the whole draft for Ricky Williams. You need a team that does what Joe Dumars did in the offseason, where the rest of the league is universally saying terrible trade.
Oh, man.
Terrible trade. So you need not a desperate team, but a team that's a winning team.
Yeah, no.
That just thinks that's the missing piece.
I'll say it objectively. Joe Dumars, 6 games into his first season, is doing a terrible job as GM. He did that trade, and the guy that they gave all of that up for, the reason the Pelicans are 0-6 and don't own their 1st-round pick next year, that guy's not even playing. Derek Queen's not even checking into the game.
4 minutes a game.
So what does that say about that trade?
Exactly. It did not work.
It's so predictable, man.
No, it's beyond predictable. And here's the thing, Mario. A friend of mine today brought up a good point. He's like, dude, everybody's dogging Gail Benson. You know what you get in Gail Benson. It's like, why would you even dog her for a minute?
I think
she's loyal to the city. And she's 70-something years old. She's a woman that's not like the Colts owner who's hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that Dennis Lauscha and, Mickey Loomis and Greg Bensel and others, that they're the decision makers.
Exactly.
And everybody knows that. So you can go like, well, she should be more assertive and she should do. She runs teams that their value keeps increasing. She's the owner. She doesn't know what a cornerback is or a 2-guard or any of this.
She's paying somebody a lot of money to be able to do all that, and they're not doing it.
No, that's my point. Don't point the finger at Gail Benson.
Yeah.
I mean, if you, do a better job and get qualified people, sure. You're too loyal. There's friends instead of, employees, whatever. But to have this expectation, like she knows X's and O's and understands all this.
Yeah.
I think it's beyond her comprehension,
No,
especially at her age.
It's just bad with both the teams. I'll just give you a soliloquy about Dumars today. Mickey Loomis traded a former first-round pick not even that long ago for a sixth-round pick. It was a meme. It was like Mickey Loomis is a magician, and he was like, "For my next trade,
first rounder into a
I will
sixth-rounder.
turn my first-round pick into a sixth-round pick." And he's gonna get roped. The dude's a champion. He did a good job at one point. You had to give him credit, but we're not even long removed from that Super Bowl. This would be the 5th straight year with no playoffs. Forget competing for a Super Bowl, just in a bad division too.
Can I bring Mickey Loomis $1 and get 6 back? That would be good for me. The first round and get for a 6th round, I give him $1, I get $6 back. That's essentially what we did.
Yeah.
When I say we, as a fan of these teams.
Better do something with these trades too, man, because people have patience this year for sure, but like we can't have more than one season.
Well, no, Mario, I'm sorry. Next year, the Saints or the Pelicans, I mean, they could do the most incredible trades in the history of each league, and they're not going to the playoffs next year. They just don't have enough talent on either roster. I don't know how you're going to bring in like a half dozen players that start for you and are very, very good.
It comes together sometimes, man. Like you said, you need.
I think they're just too far down. It's like not like college and NIL.
Yeah, for sure. But like 05-06 to the 06 Saints or the 99 Saints to 2000 Saints, like from really bad to like playoff relevant, not.
Yep.
But it's bad now. Can't sugarcoat it.
Yep. I just don't see how that happens. You'd have to maybe have to be like 25, 30 new players on the Saints roster. Literally, like 25 or 30 next year. And about 6 or 8 new starters. And then the Pels, a little easier. You only have 15 people on that roster, but you have to bring in about 6, 7 new players and about 2 or 3 starters. A little harder to rebuild that way when you're so down. See you mañana, 4 o'clock.
On the Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube. On radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM. WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.